Anybody worried about classroom management when they start teaching? Everyone usually worries about. Some of you are being honest and you're raising your hand. Oh no, I'm not worried about it. Classroom management is going to be a big beast for you to tackle, but don't think it's not achievable. I already mentioned one thing, tone of voice. A second thing, not taking it personally. Being flexible, I got to admit, I think is a huge part of classroom management. If you design your lesson around technology, you better have a backup plan. Okay? Like I said, the PowerPoint for me today would have been a great tool to use just to kind of keep your focus sometimes. Okay? But it's not going to be my guided lesson for the day. Use technology as a tool, not as the content, unless you're teaching technology, obviously. Okay? But use technology as a tool. Technology is important. Kids have to turn their cell phone off the second they walk into school. They're supposed to turn their cell phone off the second they walk into school. They don't. Hopefully you know that. Some of you probably did not when you were in high school. They text message each other. Okay? I had a lesson last year, my math project, where when they had to write up their report, they could do a old-fashioned report, essay, all that, or they could write it in text message code. Now, to be honest, I had no clue what half of it said. But they loved it. They ate it up. What's wrong with that? Using technology as a tool, not the content. Got their motivation, got them interested, got them engaged in it. Was my classroom management a problem during that project? Not at all. They were loving it. So when you think about classroom management, don't be worried about it's not achievable. So many teachers think there's no way I'm going to be a good classroom manager. It's possible. It's very possible. One thing you'll learn, this is really something no one can teach you. You just kind of got to learn by messing up, to be honest, because I've done it many times. You'll learn how to phrase things. So tone of voice and phrase, the way you word sentences to diffuse the situation will be very, very important. For example, you catch a kid cheating. Do not call them a cheater. Do not use that word. Because that word will get them angry. You're calling me a cheater. I didn't cheat. Instead, say things like, I noticed you were copying off the person next to you. They know what you're saying. They know you're saying they cheated. But if you use that word cheater, they're going to back up and they're going to get defensive right away. Right away. Same thing with their parents. When you call home the parents and you're having those conversations, which you need to do. My goal was at least 5 parents a day. Some people are like, what? 5 parents a day was my goal. So I'll meet that goal? No. Now, if I didn't have to call home for any discipline reasons at all, then I made 5 good calls that day. You've got to do that, and that's easy to forget. That's really easy to forget. Day's over, you're exhausted, you want to go home. I understand that. My day was over at noon today. We had a half day today because we're on fall break. So I went home, took a nap. Before I came here, I was exhausted. But you've got to commit yourself to that. You've got to build those relationships with those parents so that they're on your side. Sometimes you'll have heated conversations with parents on the phone. Be careful how you talk to them. Be careful how you word things with them. I would always use a phrase like, I know you love your child, so we're going to work together on this. And when you use phrases like that, they see you're not against their child. They see you're working with them and you're trying to work with their child. Be careful with email with parents. You guys know you can't read tone of voice in an email, right? And they will always take it the way you didn't mean it. They will always take it that way. So I encourage you, if you're going to use email, which I use often, it's easy. You can do that during class while your kids are in the classroom. If you're going to use email, use it for simple things like, hey, just giving you a heads up, Johnny had a second target today. If you get another one, he took his attention, just let you know. They love stuff like that. But if it's a serious discipline issue, I would recommend not emailing. You need to make that contact with the parents. You need to make that contact with the parents. I would use email also. At the beginning of the year, I would try to get as many parent emails as I could. Have a big distribution list. And every other week, send home a parent newsletter through email. Very easy to do. A little work your first year because you got to create all these newsletters. But guess what? Every year after that, you've already got them all saved. You just update them a little bit. Take 5 minute, you send it off, it's awesome. Parents eat that stuff up because they think that you care so much for their child. And you do care, but it's hard to show that sometimes when you don't see that parent every day. They don't see you teaching their child every day. They think their children are angels. When you start contacting them like that, they start to eat that up. They really think you care for their child. You're working with their child.